Welcome to the Women Healing Podcast, a place to discover the power of who you are, what you want, and have the most fun having it all on your terms without doing it all, so you feel wildly successful in every area of your life. My name is Michelle Kenan. I'm a somatic therapist, neurolinguistic programming practitioner, and wild feminine embodiment coach, and it's time to set yourself free so that the world and your man always give you what you want, or even better than you can possibly imagine. Here's how. So I went out to dinner with a group of women that I didn't know, and I was shocked. All night long, everything that I heard was punctuated with the words, sorry. Sorry, can I have that? Sorry, can I just get by you? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. And it all culminated in this moment that really just made me cringe when one of the waitresses was taking everyone's food orders and forgot to take one of the women at our table, just skipped her, I guess, and forgot to take her order. And when we realized, I was like, oh, I'll go get the waitress. And the woman at the table was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. She'll come back. I'm like, all right, listen, we're at a restaurant. This is literally this woman's job to bring you food. I'm just going to go get her. It's no big deal. And when I brought the waitress back, the first thing out of this woman's mouth was, I'm so sorry, before she placed her order. And I just couldn't believe it. It really broke my heart to be sitting in a group of funny, interesting, beautiful women where everyone was constantly apologizing for the things that they wanted and for the things that they wanted to say or do. And that everything started with, I'm sorry. And maybe this is normal for you. Maybe this is common. Maybe it's so common that you never even thought about it before. Maybe you thought it meant, excuse me, or pardon me, or can I have your attention, please? But when we don't pay attention to the words that we use, and as a somatic therapist, I'm very intentional in word choices because our thoughts become things. And I'm always teaching and reminding my clients, and I'm going to teach and remind you too on this podcast, to be very conscious and very intentional about the words that you use and the energy that you're using, because that's your life experience and that's what you're putting out there. So that's what you're bringing back in for yourself. And when we say sorry, when we're apologizing all the time, it makes us feel, it reinforces this belief that we talked about in the last episode, that there's something wrong with us and that we need to apologize. We need to feel bad. How dare we speak up for ourselves? How dare we ask for what we really want? How dare we say what we really want to say? And that's what this episode is all about. How to get out of this place of apology and minimizing ourselves and shrinking what we want so that we can own not just who we are, but unleash our unstoppable desire. And this happens to be pillar 2 of my Have It All methodology. And it's why the women that work with me not only walk this planet with this deep trust and confidence and inner love for themselves, but why they get all the things that they want, why they're getting paid more than they thought was possible, and definitely more than their peers and colleagues, why they have such amazing marriages and home lives where they're only doing the things that they really want to do and are experiencing their partners picking up and taking the lead on so many other things that weren't in their pleasure and their desire, and why they're enjoying motherhood so much instead of what I hear from most women that are bogged down by responsibilities and things that they have to do, and that they feel like taxi cabs for their kids, just shuttling everyone back and forth and always sacrificing, never get to sleep in because they're doing activities and they're staying up late with assignments. And this needs to stop. Women deserve to have all of the things that they want. You deserve to have all the things that you want. But there's a way that you're stopping yourself from having that. And that's what we're going to unpack on this episode. Okay, so let's start with why. Like, why do we do this? Why do we apologize for ourselves and for the things that we want? Well, we've been taught since birth that our wants and our needs are burdensome to other people. And then this was reinforced in society, right? Be happy with what you've got. Don't ask for more than you're getting. Don't ask for more than other people. Otherwise, you're selfish or you're greedy or you're demanding. And that somehow this belief that if you want more, if you ask for more, well, then you're taking away from other people, as if there's a limited amount of money or opportunities, or the happier and more satisfied you are, that somehow it detracts from or takes away from somebody else. If you're noticing a pattern that in every episode I call bullshit on a limiting belief that is subconsciously running the show, you are correct. And this is that moment I'm calling bullshit. Because the happier that you are and the more great things that you have, the better it is for everybody else. The better your energy is, the more fulfilled you are, the happier everyone around you is, right? Have you ever been in a room and someone's walked in and you felt their energy? And if they were in an amazing energy, you got kind of high from it. And you were like, ooh, like, I want to know what she's having, what she's doing. I want to be close to that person. I want to do stuff with her. Versus if someone else comes in the room and they're in a mood and you're like, oh my God, get me away. Like, I do not want to be around this person. This person's going to bring me down, right? The more you get your needs met, the more you are fulfilled, the more that you are pleased, the better your mood is, right? The better your energy is. And the more people want to be around you and want to do things with you and want to partner with you and want to play with you and want to show up for you and want to co-create with you. It's just logic. But most women are getting in their own way because you refuse. Or maybe you just don't realize that you can ask for whatever you want and not only get it, but oftentimes it gets to be even better than you can possibly imagine. And the way that you're getting in your own way is by being afraid, by not speaking up for yourself, by apologizing, by minimizing what you want. Oh, I don't need so much. Oh, I'll go last. Oh, let them have it. I was talking to a client, and one of the ways that we figured out that she was perpetuating this pattern in her life is that anytime she went out for a meal with friends, she'd only order appetizers that she thought other people would enjoy and never ordered what she really wanted on the menu. And I know you can say, oh, that's just like such a small thing. Who cares? But the thing about our patterns is that they appear everywhere. And as we do one thing is as we do most things. So whether it's that you're never ordering what you want in the restaurant, or you're always putting yourself last, or you're never truly doing what you want to do, or you're never even asking for what you want, it becomes this pattern. It becomes this way of living and operating in the world where you and your needs are never really getting taken care of. And it might feel good for you on some level to say, yeah, but I'm a good person. I'm a good woman. I'm a good wife, a good daughter, a good mother. As if sacrificing yourself and what you really want makes you somehow good. And it's so interesting and weird to think that it would make the people around you, the people that love you, happy that you never get what you need, or that you never put yourself first, or that you never vocalize and are honest and clear about what you really want. It's kind of twisted, isn't it? But that's what most women do. You've been taught that being good, quote unquote, good, or being nice is more important and will give you the love that you so deeply want, or the acceptance or the approval, which it does, but at the expense of your satisfaction and ultimately your deep happiness. And what this does is it sets a precedent. It tells the people around you that you don't deserve the same things that they do, that you can come second, and that that's okay. And that their needs and their desires and their wishes and their preferences are somehow more important or worthy than your own. Now, if you think that's true, that's definitely something that I want you to journal on. And I want you to ask yourself, who taught me that? And why do I believe that? And how is this affecting my quality of life and my relationships and my happiness and what I believe is possible for myself? But if you don't agree with that, I want you to ask yourself, well, then why the hell am I doing that? Why am I making myself a second-class citizen and minimizing the things that are important to me or the things that I really want, instead of being fully honest and letting myself have them? Because until you make that change, you're going to have to continue getting comfortable and getting used to not really getting the things that you want and feeling unfulfilled. And if that's how you want to live the rest of your life, cool. You can pop over to the next episode where I talk about revolutionizing your relationships. But that won't even be enough, because in order to have everything that you want in your marriage and have a partner that gives you absolutely everything, you have to be in full approval of the things that you really want for yourself. And what I mean by that is that a lot of women want things, but then are really critical of themselves for wanting or for having needs. And so you minimize the things that you want, right? You go for a job interview and they offer you a certain number and you're like, okay, that's good enough, even if you really want $10,000 more. Or you're negotiating a schedule with somebody that you hired and you really want somebody that works on Tuesdays, and they say, oh, well, I can't really do Tuesdays. Let me do Wednesdays. And you say, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to make a scene about it, even though it would definitely affect your schedule, your quality of life, your headspace. And you agree to it anyway. And it's all these little seemingly innocuous ways that you sacrifice and that you say, it's fine. And I don't really need that. And this is good enough, that ladder up to a life where you're constantly unfulfilled. You're not really getting your needs met. You're getting by on good enough, where you're getting mad at other people and frustrated at society for not giving you what you want and need, when you won't even take a stand for those wants and needs yourself. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I am so ready to have it all and feel really good every day without compromising ever, then go to www.haveitallqueen.com to dive in and get started. Okay, back to the show. And here's the thing. We can't expect from other people what we won't do or give or be honest with ourselves about, period. That's called integrity. And so the act of being honest about what you want, and that could be big things like, I want to move to Bali, or that can be small things like, every day at 3:00, I just want to sit down for 10 minutes and have a cup of tea undisturbed and have a breath and enjoy my time alone. If you're not honest about those things to yourself and also to the people around you, you're never going to get it. And for most women, what happens is you get frustrated. Why won't anybody give me those things? Why does it feel like I always have to nag or ask over and over or fight, right? So many of us have gotten the message as women that we need to fight to have our needs met. We need to fight the system. We need to demand for what we want. We need to get angry and get loud when we want our needs met. And so that's the only way. We think, oh, either I have to get really angry and start a scene, and I don't want to do that. That's a little scary, or that takes too much energy, or you know what, it's not just worth it. Or I'm just going to accept less, not put up a fight. Everything's fine. And so we see a lot of women ping ponging back and forth between it's fine, it's not fucking fine, it's fine, I'm so angry, when there's a whole other way to get what you want and what you need, where you don't have to be angry, where you don't have to be demanding, where you don't have to nag, you don't have to micromanage, you don't have to put the weight of the world on your shoulders and take the responsibility and do all of the things. But it starts with you being really honest and saying, I want. Just so simple. I want that. And not even because it's a life or death thing or because there's a crazy big reason, but just getting comfortable being in approval of the things that you want for yourself and being in approval of yourself for wanting those things. And it sounds simple, but after a lifetime of being told that your needs are a problem, it's a really big paradigm shift, and one that you might be having right now while you're listening to this episode. But once you open your mind and you allow yourself to be in approval and to listen to this voice inside of you that's constantly telling you what you want. Some people might call it your intuition, your higher self, your feminine wisdom. There's so many different ways to relate to that voice of knowing inside of you that always wants to guide you to what is best for you and for your life and for the people that you love, instead of listening to the control tower in your brain that's been programmed to say what you should do and what you shouldn't and who you're supposed to be and what's allowed and what are the rules. Once you can drop out of your mind, out of this programming in your mind, and reconnect with this powerful guidance system inside yourself without guilt or shame or blame, that you have this totally natural voice and guidance within you, everything gets to be different. And it gets to be so much simpler too, because then you'll just get to say, hey, that's what I want, and put it out there. Or, hey, that's what I want, and go do it. And it's not going to be a problem. Because even if other people don't like it or they don't understand it, if you don't have a problem with it, it isn't a problem. And other people can have their reactions or their opinions, and it's no big deal because you're in total approval and you know it's right for you and you trust your inner wisdom and you're following this guidance system within you. You trust yourself. You know that when you desire something, that is a sign that's leading you in the right direction for what's right for you and what's right for your life. And the reason why that's true, the reason why that works is, imagine this. Imagine that every single day you were doing only the things that felt right for you and that made you feel good and that brought you closer to your goals and the way that you wanted to feel and the way that you wanted to experience things and the way that you had a schedule and the way you make money. That means that every day your life would be full of things that you want and things that feel good for you and things that give you energy, versus what most women are doing, which is that every day is full of stuff that you have to do, responsibilities, obligations, roles that you have been given that you never really quite signed up for. And now that you're an adult and a parent and a taxpayer, I have to, and I should, and I have deadlines. And can you feel the different energy between have to do and want to do, right? It's two totally different ways of operating in this world. And when you unleash your desire, when you are clean and clear about all the things that you want and you start making decisions and choices that are in alignment, your whole energy changes. And what's possible for you changes, and what you spend your day doing changes, which means that your energetic level changes, which means that how you are around people changes, which means that how people see you and what they want to do with you and how they think of you and how they invite you and how they want to play with you and how they want to pay you changes. And that's where everything starts to feel like magic, because the world around you starts responding to you in this whole new way, because you've changed from the inside out, and how you operate has changed from the inside out. Now, for those of you that are like, excuse me, but I still have to pay my taxes and pay my mortgage and drive a car, right? I can't just like go off into the forest and just fuck off and do like whatever I want. I see you. I agree. However, once you make this energetic shift, the responsibilities that are in your life and that energy, that burdensome energy of I have to, and that feeling of being stuck, and that feeling of living day in and day out, just consumed by things that you have to do that drain you, your energy changes. It doesn't overwhelm you in the same way. And you get to start to show up in your shoulds in a different way. And also new solutions start to appear. And let me give you an amazing example of this. I have a client that when we started working together, she was making around $30,000 a year. And she liked the company that she was working for, but she didn't like the job necessarily. She certainly didn't like the schedule. She had preteens. She wanted to be home more with her family, but she also wanted to make more money. And she also wanted to work from home at least 3 days a week, doing things that she loved to do. And so her logical mind was like, okay, I have to start looking for a new job, but you know, it's not really possible. Like you can't work less and make more. And in my industry, I have to go to the office every day. And I was like, look, babe, let's make a vision statement together. And this is something I love doing with my clients. And if you've never done this, it is so freaking powerful. We created a dream vision of all of the things that she really wanted. And we made sure that in there were the things, especially that she was like, yeah, but that'll never happen. I'm like, put that in. That's what we're going to make happen. That is how I want you to open your mind and unleash your desire and just give yourself permission to want those things, even if they seem crazy, even if they seem impossible, even if they seem like they'll never happen. I want those things on there. And, you know, that's my job as a coach and a mentor, is to help my clients push past their inner boundaries of what they think is possible, push past those places that they've told themselves, or that's not the way that the world works. I'm like, maybe not from where you are right now, based on all of the things that you've done in the past that have got you to where you currently are. But we're going someplace else, baby. We're going into a whole new energy, a whole new reality, a whole new way of playing with the world and what's possible, based on you owning fully what you want and being in your next level energy. So let's go. And let me tell you that in less than 30 days, the company that she loved, that she was working at, created a new role in the company. And it was her dream role. It had everything that was written on her vision list. It was in there. It was 4 times her current salary. They only wanted to hire from within the company, and she could work from home as often as she wanted. And they interviewed her and she got the freaking job. That's right. And if anyone's like, what? How did that happen? It's because in this work, in owning your desire, what you do is you open up your receiving channel, and you also open yourself up to new possibilities, right? If you have blinders on for what's possible and you're limiting yourself, and everything is that can't happen for me, and so I'm not even going to ask, and it's too big and it's too much, right? If she had kept going in that frame of mind, she would have been looking at a job that maybe she had a little bit of a pay raise, right? Most people, when they get promoted in a company, what you get, like $10,000 more, or like a small percentage. Like, it's unheard of to get that much more money and own your schedule and do exactly what you want to do and be fast track promoted and prioritized. And that's exactly what she got, because not only did she ask for it and get super clear with that's what she wanted, but she opened herself up to the possibility. And from that place, we started to do the real world actions, prepare her for her interview, make sure that she was in her next level self energy, prepare her for being in the vibe, the vision for what she wanted. She came to that interview on fire. She came to that interview and everyone was like, wow, where was this version of you when we hired you? And that's why she got that job. And that's why that happened. And that's why that happens to so many of my clients, because they own what they really freaking want. And from that energy of course, they fucking get it. So I'm so curious for you. Maybe you know what you want, maybe you don't, but I want to hear from you. I want you to shoot me a message on Instagram, shoot me a DM, and I want you to tell me, what would your life be like if you had complete freedom, if you gave yourself full permission to want everything that you wanted, to want it, to want big, to have a big vision, big desire, big goals on all levels in your marriage, in your career, as a mom, in your lifestyle, when you look in the mirror, how your family treats you. What would it be like if you could just be 100% authentic and honest and clean and clear about what you want and what you're ready to receive? How would that change your life? How would it feel? Who would you be? How would that affect your mood, your optimism, your mindset? Send me a message, because I'd love to witness you stepping into this next level and giving yourself full permission. This is one of the most powerful things that I love to do with my clients, is create the space where you get to finally give yourself permission to want what you want, to be who you want to be, and to feel how good it feels, and to watch how the world around you changes to meet you in that new energy and surprise the heck out of you. And it feels so damn good. So slide over to Instagram when you're done with this episode. Shoot me a DM. Tell me what your life would be like. Tell me what would be possible for you as a mom, a career person, a woman in this world, when you give yourself full permission to want all the things. And heck, add in there, tell me all the things that you want, baby. I want to hear it. I want to put all my energy and my excitement. I want to put it behind your desires. And when you're done, I want you to pop over to the next episode, because I am going to teach you how to bring all of this into your relationship, how to make your marriage juicy and exciting as fuck, how to have so much fun with men, how to get absolutely everything that you need from your masculine partners, from the men in your life, and how to feel incredible, how to connect with your feminine energy, feel amazing, and truly, truly have absolutely everything that you want. It's the Have It All method for a reason. And I can't wait to share the next part with you in the next episode. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the pod. If you're ready to have it all while feeling absolutely amazing every day, because of course it gets to be this good for you and every woman on the planet, then go to www.haveitallqueen.com for a free gift from me and some juicy next steps. And if you're feeling this mission, that every woman is truly fulfilled and gets to live, play, work, love, and enjoy her family and life in a way that's healthy, expansive, exciting, and fun, it really helps if you write a review and share this pod with your friends, because our goal is to reach over 1 million women and change what they think is possible for their lives. So write a review or share with your friends. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.